Hi Best Buds, it's Cathy with Cathy's Garden and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. Today we're going to make a one-page with flips and pockets for our junk journals. But first let's have our shout out to Scrappyology, Candace, Patricia, Susie, Valerie, and Kelly. I appreciate each and every one of you. I have a beautiful digital here. This is chapter 1 papers and it is approximately 10.5 inches by 8 inches. And what we want to do is we want to fold it. So I'm going to fold it over so that it is folded at 1, 2, 3, 4.5 inches. So we're going to fold it over 4.5 inches. That leaves us just about a little over a half an inch right here. And I want to go ahead and fold this over right at the end of the other page. So I'm just going to find that, give it a little crease. Alrighty, so now we have that done. So I have folded it right here, right on over. I'd like to cut this at, I'm looking for my pencil, here it is. I'd like to cut this at 6 inches. So here is my 6-inch mark right here. And I'm simply going to bring in my small guillotine and I'm just going to chop it at 6 inches. So there we go. That leaves us with two pieces. One is 6 inches and one is approximately 4.5 inches. Now I want to go ahead and the side that doesn't have the little fold back on it, this side here, this side, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to find the center and I'm going to simply mark it. Of course you need to look to see what do you want to be top and what do you want to be bottom. I do want this to be the top. Can't forget to do that as well. And I'm going to mark it right here. And which do I want the top and the bottom? Yeah, I want it to be like this. So once again, I'm going to mark the center. I'm going to bring in my 1.5 inch hole punch. I'm bringing a little piece of scrap that I had over there hanging out. And I'm going to simply open this up. And I'm going to place my scrap in here just so I can get a nice clean cut. I'm going to place my 1.5 inch hole punch just a little ways in. I'm not putting it all the way, just enough to give myself a little thumb notch. So right here, once again, I'm going to open this up. I'm going to stick my little piece of paper in here to assure that I get a nice clean cut, and I'm going to punch this out as well. So now I have my thumb notches punched in. Just moving everything off. And what I'd like to do next is I would like to go ahead and ink the whole thing up. So I am going to use my vintage photo and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start doing this. Now, I don't need to show this part because you guys know how to ink, so I'll be back when it's finished. All right, so now we have our two pieces. They're all inked up. And let's go ahead and let's make this into a pocket. So what I want to do is I want to take my art glitter glue and I'm going to add my glue along this long side right here and then on the bottom. And then simply close it. Oh goodness, hang on to it, Cathy. There we go. Now we've got one pocket. Now let's do the exact same thing to the other one. So along the side here and along the bottom, and then just close it. And a little piece of paper towel just to catch any of the glue that seeps out. Now we have two pockets, and we're going to take the part that we've determined to be the front, in which we put the hole punch, the thumb punch, I should say, the hole punch. And we're just going to, with the two little flaps right here, we're simply going to place them together just like that. So there we are. Let's go ahead and let's glue these two flaps together. So adding the glue to the smaller flap is what you'll need to do. So just on the flap area, add your glue, and then place them together, your two little pockets, place them together, and make sure the flaps get glued together. So we have a flap and a flap. And this right here is what you're going to use to glue on to your page so it's secure. So this is on your page, and then it will flip, and it will flip, right? Alrighty. So the next thing I want to do is bring in a bunch of things. Now I am going to add two little tabs that I've already punched out. I've glued together. And I've selected this color because I really thought that this would be very pretty with the paper that I've chosen. So maybe something like that. I am going to add my glue onto just the bottom part of my tab. And then I'm going to slip it right underneath my longest pocket. Just like that, and press down. Now I'm going to go to my smaller pocket, and I'm going to place it just a little further down. I'm just looking to see what I think I might like. How about a right there? How about a right there? Okay, adding just a little bit of glue, and then let's place it right there behind the shorter pocket, or what is now the first pocket. There we go. So when it's glued onto your page, your flap, you can easily grab a hold and flip it. Let's do some decorating, and let's add a few things. So we're going to be adding lots of things. So let's start with our tab or ticket or journaling card. I'm simply going to, I've taken a piece of coffee dyed paper. It's obviously just a part of a piece, and I folded it the long way. And I'm going to stick it right in here to measure to see where I need to cut it. Now I want to turn this down approximately 1/2 inch. So I'm going to mark it 1/2 inch higher than the top of my pocket. I'm going to bring in my little guillotine, and I'm going to give it a chop right there. Okay, since it's folded in half, I am going to chop it apart so it's separated. This is where I marked it. It doesn't matter, either one is going to work. Save that for later. I just found that it was easier to do it this way. And this is folded, it's folded in half, but it's at 3 inches. I do believe this is 3-inch fold. Yes, it is, 3 inches. It just makes it so it's very easy to get in the pocket and out of the pocket. The remainder is going to give me just what I need for my second one. And I'm just going to, yeah, it barely fits. But I need to take it and cut the fold off. I don't want it to be folded. Can I get it all the way? Not quite. I got a little bit left at the tip. There, I think I got it. Now, what I want to do is I want to take one of each pieces each, one of the longer ones and one of the shorter ones, and I'm going to fold it over 1/2 inch. So simply marking it here, that way I can just get it by fold as straight as possible, give it a nice fold, doing it with this piece as well. It just makes it stronger at the top. I just like that, to where you, when you go in to pull it out, it's going to be nice and firm to be able to get it out. Yeah, you'll be able to get that out well. Alrighty, so let's glue this little fold that we just made close. But before I do that, I am going to ink, since I like to ink. Now, inking is a personal preference. but I do like it. If you don't like it, then, you know, you obviously don't do it, and so you don't need to do this step. But I've glued that, or inked that, so when I glue it, I don't have to worry about trying to get my sponge in there to ink that little piece. I'm just going to fold this down like this, and then I am going to round the bottom. So this is the top. I'm going to round the bottom with my corner rounder just a little bit, just to take the point off. I'm going to grab my sponge. I'm going to ink it all the way around, and then we'll continue. All right, so I've got my journaling cards all inked up, and let's go ahead and let's pop them in. Right here, and then let's pop the next one in. Alrighty, now you can stamp those if you want to further decorate them, or maybe glue some fussy cuts on them, but they're there for now so that we will have them. I've got a little bit of lace here that I'd like to use, and I'm simply going to add it right down here onto the bottom. Now I'm using my hot glue gun because it's quick, it's easy, and it's great for videos. It's permanent, it dries quickly, and which allows me to just keep designing. So I'm just gluing it down just like this, and then I'm going to give it a trim, and a trim right over here on this side. There we go. Then let's see about what do we have in our dish here. I really think that this cute little Santa would be adorable right here. And I have some labels. I don't know which label I'm thinking I want, but I paired them up. There's a couple of different ones. I'm just not sure which one. Nope, not this one. Maybe this one. That one's not bad. Let's see here. Do we like the circle one? I kind of like the circle one. It's different. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's glue. I think what I want to do is glue my Santa onto my circle. The circles are from the label, and which ones happen to be a circle, is from by J. Lee Lou. And the Santee I'm going to look up because it's a brand new digital that I've just gotten, and I can't off the top of my head remember, but it will be listed down below, and not only listed, but I'll link her shop, so in case you would like the shop's name to get your own. Alrighty, so we've got that done. Now let's see here, what else do I want to do? I think I'd like to have a little bit of bling, so I'm just going to cut a little bit of bling off and see where do I want to place it? Maybe right up there? I kind of think that's nice. Do I want a little bit of net possibly with it? Or possibly a little bit of lace with it? Just, yeah, I think I do. I think I want to add just a little bit of lace. I'm going to make this straight. And then I'm just going to put some lace right from the edge of the thumb punch to the end of the pocket here. And there we are. And then I'm going to add just a little bit more glue just to make sure it really gets glued on. And adding my bling right here. Alrighty, super cute. Now let's go ahead and let's open this up. So right here, what I'd like to do is I have a coffee dyed book page, lined book page. I guess that's what you call it. I have folded it in half. I'm going to measure here, or eyeball. I need to cut it at this line right here. So let's get that done. And then I think it will fit on there nicely. Yeah, maybe just a little bit shorter. I think I'm going to take it off this end now. All right, now let's check it out. Yeah, I like how that fits on there a little better. While they're together, I'm going to see if I can get this corner rounded. Yeah, I thought it might chew it just a little. There we go. And let's go ahead and bring in some of this music. It's a journaling card, and I thought that it might be cute, but then again, it's not wide enough. This is wide enough. I could use this. Not quite wide enough. Let's see here. What do I want to do? I kind of like this better. How about if we go ahead and cut it? Now this has different words. The Christmas tree, the wintertime, flakes of snow. I think I want to cut it at flakes of snow, leaving the title on there. I think that will be sweet. I do need to ink this up just a little bit, just to carry out the theme of inking everything. This is still together. I'm also going to take my sponge and just kind of brush it around here and there on my coffee dyed paper. Bringing my guillotine back, I'm going to cut it in half so it's not stuck together anymore. I have two sheets now, two little sheets. We're going to take our two sheets and I'm going to glue them together at the top. So using my art glitter glue at the top, it's glued together. We're going to be gluing it together at the top by simply placing the glue on there and then sticking the other page on top. Alrighty, so now it's glued together like this. I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to add my glue to the back. I want to glue this journaling paper. I'm going to make a little flip here, so I'm going to glue it right on, just like that. So now what we're going to have is we're going to have a flip where you can journal on. And then let's go ahead and add this little piece right here. But let's see. It needs a little something, and I'm just not sure exactly what I want. Maybe if I put my lace right down here on my flip book and then put my header on there. Yeah, that finishes it off nicely. So I'm simply going to add my glue on my flip, my coffee dyed lined paper. I'm not putting it on the base of the pocket, just on the flip, so that you can still open it up. And then I'm going to glue this with it on the top. I kind of should have lowered that, but that's okay. It's going to work fine. Just going to use my hot glue because I'm going on the fabric, just like that. Okay, so now we have a little flip book. That's pretty darn cute. Let's move over to this side. This is where you're going to have your little journaling card in there, and I have some other things that I think might look really nice. I have this little girl. I have this little girl. Oh, I like the green on there a lot. I really like the green. So let's use the green, and let's use the same round label just to have a little connectiveness between the little small front pocket and the taller back pocket. Adding my glue to my little girl and then laying it on the label just so I can get it exactly where I want before I go ahead and add all the glue to all of it to glue it down nicely to my larger pocket. Come on now, pick it up. Alrighty, and then just popping it right on there just like that. I do think I'd like to add a little bit more lace right here. So how about if we add a little lace on that pocket? I think that's going to be great. Adding my glue so it's quick and easy, and I can keep decorating here on video. Getting that down and just giving it a little trim. There we go. Now let's see, where do I want my bling on this one? I'm going to cut myself a little section. I kind of want to cover up between the bottom of the little girl and the top of the lace. I'm thinking, how about if I put just, I don't know, is that too much? It might be too much. I'm going to cut another little piece like this just to see how one looks instead of two. That looks a little better. Yeah, it does. It looks better. And then, so that means I'm going to trim this off. Maybe take just a few and have a little piece of lace left right here. Not very much of it. I think I can, no, I'm going to switch back to this smaller lace that I was using. Yeah, let's get that glued right on the top here, just like this. Alrighty, giving it a little cut. Sorry, my arm's in the way. And adding my little bling to finish off this front of this pocket. There we go. Just like that. Oh my goodness, that's so cute, isn't it? Now let's turn it over. Let's go ahead and let's carry out our theme of our flip book. So once again, I'm just going to measure, and I think I want it cut. I'm going to cut it right here. And let's see if that isn't, yeah, that's good. So this is going to be our flip book for the back. So this little piece of ephemera has 2 flip books. It has 2 pockets. It has 2 journaling cards, I guess that you could call them, that we made. It has lots going on, and it's interactive because it decorates your page with a flip. And I just think that these are fantastic. And you don't have to make it into a Christmas book. I hear my little puppy. You don't have to make it into a Christmas book because I have an example, and my example is in the blues, and it's not Christmas at all. So you can see what that looks like, and I'll show it to you in just a second. So let me see what that little puppy wants real quick. All right, you guys, so I added my little book page. I glued it down just like we did before. I added a little bit of lace at the top like we did previously on our previous flip book, and now I'm looking for the header that we used and we trimmed off. Let me find that. This is what I'm talking about, that little music that we were using. So let's see here. I think what I'd like to do is I'd like some of these flowers, so I'm just going to trim off a little piece of it to use as the header. And of course, since I have been inking, I am going to go ahead. I'm going to ink this up, and I'm going to just glue it right there on the top. Okay. All right. Oh my goodness, isn't that cute? Now, do we want a little bit of bling? You know, probably we do. How about if we do it right on the bottom on the card itself? Not on the paper, the journaling paper, but on the card. That adds just enough bling. So when you glue it onto your page, you've got an interactive, first you got your pocket right here, and then you have an interactive piece in which you flip the pocket. You have a flip book, a little tiny one, little decoration, and another little pocket with a tag in there. Well, you know, you saw it. There you go. And then you flip that, and then you have another little flip book. Once again, you glue it onto your page in your journal right there with this little flap. Here's one that I did in blue. See, it has nothing to do with Christmas, but it is just as cute. We have our little journaling card inside. We have our decoration. Open it up. We have our little flip book. We have another little tag inside this larger pocket. We flip it again, and we have another little flip book. Oh my goodness, you guys, I absolutely love this project. I hope that you have enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.